This is video, what, 2 of 3, 2 of 4? I don't know how long I'm filming. Whatever. Hey, it's MJ, and I'm actually filming a bunch of videos today. This makeup look is next week's video, which I've already filmed. But by the time you guys are watching this video, my dad and one of his friends will be here, and I can't film a bunch of stuff while they're here. And then next week's video, I actually will be leaving for Indiana on Thursday, and I won't be back until next Friday or so. So I'm trying to get some stuff pre-filmed. This is probably video 2 of 3 or 2 of 4, depending kind of how I feel after I'm done with this video and how much time I have left before I have to leave my house. But I'm at least trying to get a couple of videos done so I don't feel rushed when I come back. Because when I come back, I will have my mother and 2 dogs living with me. My dad will be staying out at the property, and it's really weird, and I have makeup in my hair, but it's fine. I just don't know anymore. It's 10 a.m. I've been filming for 45 minutes now. I'm really distracted today, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do today, I missed last week. I was so happy and busy that I didn't feel like filming a video for last week. I felt like just taking the week off, and so I did. And I was gonna say, last week was gonna be my review of Infinity War, but I don't think I can do a review of that movie because I'm still emotionally compromised from it. It was fun. So I'm gonna make this kind of my favorites and my thoughts on Infinity War, not per se a review, but I think I'm gonna do my thoughts first just to get those out of the way. And then I'm going to move into my favorites because I don't have a lot of favorites this month, just because April has kind of been one of those months where I've spent so much time not at home. I'm sorry, I have hair everywhere on my face. That I just didn't have a bunch of items this month that I've absolutely loved. But I mean, of course, there were a bunch of items that I loved, but a lot of them were repeats from previous favorites videos or things that are staples in my makeup bag that I don't really shift out all that often, because I like them so much and I'm afraid of change. But okay, so first, my thoughts on Infinity War. If you want to skip this part, I will try to put a timestamp somewhere around here to tell you when to skip to for my favorites. I'm trying to figure that stuff out. I really am. I'm trying to get better at editing. I'm working on it. But my thoughts on Infinity War. I had to warn the person that I went with that I might cry. I was talking to one of my friends and I'm like, do I need to warn the person I'm going with that I might cry? And so I was telling him, I'm like, I might cry. You may have to deal with me it is an emotional mess. And he was like, it's cool. I'll just sit 2 seats down from you and be like, random stranger, you all right? And I was like, you would too. But no, he didn't. It was a very good movie. It was very fun. It was also heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. The cinematography of the movie was absolutely phenomenal. I think it has definitely shifted my top 5 favorite Marvel movies, but I mean, this was definitely the most heartbreaking Marvel movie I've ever seen. It was a very difficult ending. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, first of all, it's been out for 3 weeks, go see it. Second of all, spoilers probably. I'm gonna try really hard not to do any spoilers just because I'm saying my thoughts, but I feel like there's been lots of fan theories and lots of theories that have come out about the ending and about what's going to happen in the next Avengers movie, that I'm hopeful that some of them are true, but I'm also hopeful that some of them are not. But I mean, it was a really good movie. There were some really funny parts in the film. Anything with Thor was just really funny up until, of course, the final battle in the film. But it was a very good movie. I really enjoyed it. They did pull a lot of the characters in really well. There, of course, were some characters who just were missing. Hawkeye wasn't in it at all, and I was like, where is he? Is he on his farm sipping sweet tea playing a banjo? Where is he? What's going on? And that was kind of weird because he was one of the original Avengers, but not in this actual film, which was a little weird. I was emotionally compromised after the end of the film. And I was told, well, I thought you were cold. And I was like, no, dude, I was emotionally compromised. I was curled up in a ball in my seat, knees to my chest, curled in on myself because I was so emotionally distraught. Where was I? I have to cut out all the ums. It's so funny. But I was emotionally compromised. I told one of my friends, I was like, I couldn't be captain of the USS Enterprise after I saw that movie because I was heartbroken. Like, I was almost in tears in a movie theater. Like, the guy next to me on my other side, the person I went with was over here. The guy next to me was texting the entire dang movie. And I told the guy I went with, I was like, yeah, the guy next to me was texting the whole movie. He's like, why didn't you tell me? I would have told him to stop. And I'm just like, well, see, I don't like conflict. I don't like conflict. So I didn't say anything because I was just like, I don't want to like rock the boat, especially during this movie when I'm more focused on the fact that everyone I love is probably gonna die. Like I grew up with these heroes. Like, that's my thing, is I grew up with, you know, Marvel has been around, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been around for 10 years now. It came out when I was in high school and, you know, all through college, and now, you know, as an adult. But I grew up, you know, on X-Men, and I grew up on, like, the Justice League, like the animated series that were all of these superhero franchises and superhero films that are now becoming live action. So it's like taking a piece of my childhood and giving it life. And I'm so happy with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, no matter what. There were parts of the movie, like there was one part where I was just like, come on now. We could have had a better time, and you decided to do this. And it was with Peter Quill, and if you've seen the movie, you know which part I'm talking about. Like, you know. There were some parts where I was super shocked, like the fact that, like, Red Skull showed up, but it wasn't Hugo Weaving, which made me really sad. I was like, come on now. Why can't it be Hugo Weaving? He's amazing. Is he busy? Is he still being Lord Elrond? Where is he? Is he okay? I loved it. There were some parts where I was shocked. There were some parts where I was so excited. There were some parts where I was just emotionally compromised. Curled up in a ball in a seat. It was so funny. It really was. But I had a lot of fun. I'm really excited for Avengers 4. I'm really excited to go see Deadpool later this month. I mean, I really am. Like, I'm always excited for Marvel movies. I'm really excited to see what Ant-Man and the Wasp does with the information from Infinity War, because that is supposedly going to explain some things, or something's going to happen in it that ties into Infinity War as to why, like, Scott wasn't there, because he wasn't either. But I'm hopeful that the next Avengers movie provides answers and closure and all of these things for characters that we've spent 10 years getting to know. I'm really hopeful that it does answer a lot of questions, or it does encapsulate a lot of things that we need to know. But I'm going to actually just pause this for a second, and then I'm going to go into my favorites. So I liked the Avengers. I would give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It was phenomenal. I feel like Marvel just keeps ramping up and stepping up all of their quality and everything that's crazy, and I'm so excited for what happens next. I'm so excited for the next phase of films and all the other characters that we're going to be introduced to in those films, and maybe how those characters are going to play into Avengers 4 and kind of the future of the cinematic universe. So this video, part 2, is my April favorites. And I feel like a lot of my April favorites, like I have 1, 2, 3, 7-ish, 7, 8, I don't know. Some of them are like a paired set, so it's not a huge deal. But I'm actually just going to start out with beauty, because most of them are beauty-related products. 3 are for beauty, 2 are for skincare, and then the other 3 items are miscellaneous. So I'm just going to start out with this. Now, I hope you can see it. There you go. This is a silicone beauty applicator. It's amazing. I lose no product. It covers so evenly. Like, I absolutely love this. I was on the fence about getting one of these for about a year. It's wiggly. It's so funny that it's wiggly. I was on the fence about getting one of these for about a year, and I finally kind of bit the bullet and got one, and it was like, this is the Ulta brand one, so it was like $6 instead of being like 30 or 20 like the Beauty Blender brand one is. I don't know. And I have absolutely been loving it. It applies really evenly. It lets you not waste any or at all of your product, or very little. And that's such an odd thing with a brush. Like, I did have to go over mine this morning with a brush afterwards, because I did put a little bit too much on, because sometimes you can't really judge, because normally it's like, okay, if you use 2 pumps of your foundation with a brush, you lose a good half of what you use or what you have, because it goes into the brush. With this, it doesn't go into the applicator, which is really nice. You just clean it off with like soap and water, and it's fine, and you can go with your day. And it's a lot smaller than a brush, which is also really, really nice. Like, I'm a huge fan of this. It was definitely one of my favorites during April, and it's been one of my favorites this month, and I just really, really like it. Like, I still have a little bit of product on here from when I did my foundation this morning. Oops, sorry, my camera just kind of got overheated and told me it was gonna turn off, so I turned it off and turned it back on. I don't know, it's been weird. I mean, this camera's like 8 years old, I need to get a better camera. Okay, so next, something I reached for so much in April was my Lorac Malibu palette. And if you guys remember, I think my first favorites video, I was talking about how excited I was to be able to use this palette. And I started really using it last month. I used this shade, I used all three of these shades, these three, which are Beach House, Route 1, and Cliffside View. These are cheek shades, so I don't really use these. And I normally would put my, from my Lorac California Dreamin' palette, the shade Boots underneath my eyes, or Booties, Booties, I can't remember what it's called. But I found myself reaching for this so much. The pigmentation on this is great. It doesn't require a lot of work. It doesn't require a lot of blending, or like blending out, and it's so nice. I'm such a huge fan of this palette, and it's little and small and adorable, and it's just enough to do like a simple eye look without having to worry that it gets absolutely crazy. So I feel like I'm making my favorites kind of short because I have been filming for like an hour almost, and I want to stop. And I still have one more video to film. Like, I just want to stop. Send help. Help. Send help. Alright, so I subscribe to FitFabFun, and you guys, I think I mentioned that in my April Ipsy Glam Bag unboxing, whatever I called it, because I feel like April was such a month of unboxings because it was kind of great. But one of the products that I got in my glam bag was the Murad Skin Perfecting Lotion. This is the only lotion I've ever used that does not make my skin have a very terrible reaction to it. I have never had a reaction, or normally after I apply lotion, my skin gets red for like an hour and then it goes back to normal. With this, I have no reaction, I have no sensitivity, I have no tingling, I have nothing. This is like a godsend for my skincare routine, and it makes my skin look and feel amazing. So after I used this for a week or two, I bought the day cream, which is an oil control mattifier, which is an SPF, which has been saving my skin during the day because I've been spending so much time in the sun. You know, when you're on a construction site all day, you spend a lot of time in the sun. And I don't know why my lens view is turning off again, and I don't know why. I'm really concerned as to why it is. Maybe I need to unplug the thing and try it again. But I am really excited about both of these products, and they're both from the same line. They're both for acne-prone skin. So I was really excited when I was able to use both of these products and it not have an effect on my skin as normal lotions do, or as normal other things do. So one of my other favorites that I completely forgot about was my Vasanti brush that I got in my April Ipsy Glam Bag. This has kind of replaced my e.l.f. concealer brush very quickly because it has a denser top to it. I absolutely love it. Found myself reaching for it all the time in April. So this is definitely another one of my favorites, and I completely forgot about it. So guess what? It's here now. Like, my camera's overheating, and that's not a good thing. So I've had to turn it off like 3 times. So this is why everything is so choppy. I have to uncross my legs again. Everything's really choppy because I've had to turn my camera off like 4 times. So I'm going to try to get through the rest of my favorites video kind of quickly because I don't want to have to like have 35 things of footage because I've been filming for a really long time and I would like to stop soon. But I'm trying to pre-film. So my next item also was in my April Glam Bag, my FitFabFun box. And I used this when I went to Infinity War because it's a small little bag and it's amazing and it's reversible. Hold on. It's reversible. But I like the white part better. I do that kind of more cream color. And it's just a little clutch. You just open it and there's a little pocket down on the inside there. And it's a Rachel Pally bag and I absolutely love it. I'd buy another one of these. I would for sure buy another one of these. I love this so much. But I took this on my encounter when I went and saw Infinity War. And I was just like, this is a really small bag because, you know, according to Liza Schlesinger, you don't bring a big bag when you go out with a boy. So I took a small bag and it worked out really well for what I needed. Though next time I'd take a bigger bag because I think we'd both rather sneak snacks into a movie than buy them at the theater because it was very expensive. It was very expensive for snacks. I was like, oh my gosh, that's where they get you. It was like $5.50 movie night, but snacks were like $28, and I was like, holy crap, that's insane. Like, that's absolutely insane. Why are you charging that much for snacks movie theaters? And I know that's where they get you. That's where they get you. But I love this bag. I do. It's so cute. It's so functional, and I love it so much. Because, again, it's reversible. And it goes with pretty much everything. Like, I wore all black, and this looked awesome with it. So nice. Okay, so 2 more things. Now, I am a huge fan of artwork. You guys all know that. If you've watched any of my favorites videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of artwork. Well, I don't have any artwork on my walls here because I can't put any artwork on my walls because I don't know if I'm staying here. But I have a place locally called At Home, and it's kind of like a Home Goods on steroids. Like, absolutely a Home Goods on steroids. And I bought 2 different prints there, and they were actually pretty cheap. And I got this one which says, "Don't tell people your dreams, show them," because that's kind of my life most of the time. And I'm just going to put this over here so I can move it later. And also I got this one. That one sits in my office. This one sits so you can see it when you walk in the door. And it's a little alpaca or a llama. I'm not sure which one it is. I love them both. One of my goals in life is to pet an alpaca. But it's just really cute. It has a little backpack. It has like blankets on its back. It has a backpack. That's right. It's an alpaca with a backpack. And some cactuses. And this sits on one of the pillars that's in my living room, and I absolutely love it, and it's so cute. And I love looking at it when I walk in my door because it's just this happy little alpaca, and it's adorable. But you know what? I think that's actually it for my favorites. Like I said, my favorites part is really short just because like my camera's doing something weird, and I didn't have a lot of favorites for April. I actually saw Infinity War on May 1st. We were supposed to go on the 30th. So that actually could have been one of my April favorites, but tickets were sold out, so we had to kind of reschedule our plans for the next day. So we did, and it was great, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm like surrounded by makeup right now because I did a makeup tutorial, which will come out next week, and hopefully I'm going to be able to record one more video. I'm hoping. You guys, I really am. My next few weeks are going to be so complicated. Send help. But I think that's it for my favorites this week. I think that's it for my video this week. You guys can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, my blog. I almost said Snapchat. I don't have my Snapchat down there anymore. But you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe to my channel for more videos because I try to bring one out every week. Sometimes I miss a week. I'm sorry. But without any further ado, I will see you guys next week with another video. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye!